don't listen to the haters, man, I treat them like the enemy. Had a couple traitors, man, but now they know the penalty.
This is you for the next 17 minutes. What, crying? Alright, we'll fucking see.
A subreddit where millennials are becoming boomers 20 years early? How fun! I saw this and thought it belonged here. If you recognize this, I've got some bad news for you. Winky face.
I'm not that old. What the fuck is that? A cassette 8 adapter. Yeah, I'm not that old. I mean, I see what it says. It's a cassette 8 adapter, but what? I guess you just, I don't know what the fuck. Yeah, I've never seen that before in my life.
No, I'm pregnant.
Oh no, sorry, it's just some cassette thing? I don't recognize it, so huzzah, I'm technically 18. Yep, that's my age. Jackie Chan is 68. No, he isn't.
Yeah,
No, he isn't. Evolution of the Aussie Fredo Frog. From a cheeky...
I'm sorry, is Jackie really 68? Jesus Christ, how fucking old was he in Rush Hour? He had to have been like in his 40s. He's aged fairly well. He's aged better than fucking, then what's that other dude that does all the karate movies? He was in the movie Jet Li. He's aged way better than Jet Li. I will say that. Yeah, dude, homie aged good.
No, he isn't. Evolution of the Aussie Fredo Frog. From a cheeky fella who looks like they sniff glue to someone who has an unhealthy relationship with needles.
Okay, what, is that supposed to be chocolate? I suppose? Maybe? I don't know what that is either. I never had that. I don't know who the fuck Fredo is, or Fredo, or whatever the fuck. From 80s to 2020? I don't know. Never ate that.
I wish I could say I don't know what it is, but yeah, I find my treasure of my old floppy disks to remind me that I'm old.
Okay, yes, I am that old. I used floppy disks as a kid. But when I used floppy disks, I didn't use them for very long. They kind of got phased out fairly quickly into my childhood because technology just evolved, really. And the internet was born and, you know.
Old. My fondest memory of these when I was a toddler is
I actually used these in school. Those big-ass, old, all-white brick computers, the Macintoshes. Not even Macintoshes, I don't know what the fuck they were, but yeah, we used these. And I was in a typing class when I was really little. I think like, I want to say second or third grade, I had a typing class where you just like learned how to type and it registered your words per minute and all this stuff. And we would have challenges on who could type the fastest without actually looking at the keyboard. And the program that we used for these typing classes were on floppy disks.
always flicking that little metal bit at the top. These were the original fidget spinners. Rayovac Sportsman Red Flasher Lantern circa 72. Wow, what a long statement of
What the fuck is that? No idea.
something I have no idea what the hell that is. Is that a torch? It looks like the creator.
Looks like... I don't know, man. It looks like a flashlight that could quite possibly be turned into a weapon if you were a Ghostbuster or some shit. I don't know, man. It looks like a flashlight attached to a car battery. I don't know. What is that?
Of some wacky scientist in an old 50s movie. I'm at a place in my life where errands count as going out. Hooray for feeling
I'm at a place in my life where errands count as going... Oh, yeah, you're probably old. Yeah, I mean, I'm old.
exhausted just after grabbing groceries. Did you have a cap like this? I did. Oh, we never had these in Australia. We did
No. And in 2023, you'll probably get canceled for wearing some shit like that.
something much worse. We grew our hair like this. It was called a mullet, and it's coming back. I see it in children, and it scares me. We need to bring bullying back. I don't know what's... There was a time that magazines came with CD-ROMs.
Facts. I do remember this. I'm old. I didn't really partake in any of these magazines. I think Game Informer used to come with a demo of a random game. Am I wrong? Or am I right? If I can remember correctly, I think Game Informer, back in the day when Game Informer was still relevant and useful, because that shit died, bro. The birth of the internet and YouTube now and fucking just the internet overall. Pretty much did away with newspapers too. But yeah, if I can remember correctly.
Yes! You could literally get a full game just by buying a $7 magazine. Age of Empires, anyone? Anyone? I still make juice this way. What? No, I'm
Oh my god, I remember this. I remember this. And the last time I had orange juice out of one of these things, I spent the entire day throwing up. I don't know what it was or what happened, but ever since that day, I never tried it again. And I remember this. Good lord. Holy.
genuinely confused. What is that disgusting heap of gunk? Carpenter's 8-track. We had so many 8-tracks. I'm really going to insult their love of music when I say this, but who? This game came out 32 years ago. People who played this as 10-year-olds when it released are now in their 40s. This really brings into perspective how, in the next 30 to 40 years, a lot of our politicians are going to be people who grew up with memes. I look forward to all the cringy political campaigns in that time. Kid,
Did they have scary movies when you were a kid?
me. We had a scary everything when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Go on, tell me. Those of you who yearn for nostalgia, tell me how this is better. I mean, they killed off 4 out of 7 of these characters. It was like Game of Thrones back then. Cashier checks my ID in half a second. Me.
Oh, that was fast.
Yeah, I saw the 19. Me.
Hate you for saying that.
Damn.
I'm old enough to remember the very
Damn. That's kind of like the equivalent of like when you go to a website and it asks you to put in your name and you're so fucking old that you spend like a whole goddamn 45 seconds scrolling to find the year you were born. When I was younger, it was quick, one simple scroll. But now that I'm older and I have to put in my fucking age on some of these on some of these websites, I'm just like scroll, nope, scroll, nope, scroll. Like what the fuck?
first TED Talk. It was most excellent. What is your life goal? Is it excellent or is it only righteous?
If someone wants to just put like a sound effect of a crowd cheering, I can't be bothered. Yay! Clap, clap. That was me slapping my stomach. That's as much effort as I'll give.
iPod on display at the Smithsonian Museum. Really shows how fast the world
Oh my god, there's no way. Did this really get put on display at the Smithsonian? Did it? I mean, oh my god, and that was the original iPod. That was the original one. I had the iPod Nano. Just like this, but just small. Small. Like, literally, like this tall and this thin. And is this really? Yeah, I feel fucking old, man. I feel fucking old. At the Smithsonian, man, you're gonna do that to us? Really? It hasn't even been that long. Come on. I gotta understand, like, I don't know, maybe another 50 years from now. But already at the Smithsonian? It feels bad, man. But I'm assuming this went in the Smithsonian because this really changed everything for everybody. Because after the iPod came the iPhone. And after the iPhone came Facebook. And then that was it, bro. Everything just exploded after that. So this was this right here was a turning point in our life, not just for entertainment, but how we listen to music and how we find music and how we store music. And it was a revolutionary thing. So I understand why it's in the Smithsonian, but fuck me running.
tries to move now when something that was less than 20 years ago is considered relic enough for a museum.
Yeah.
My wagon versus my kid's wagon. Yeah,
Is it flyers? Radio flyer? Yep. I had one of those. Jesus Christ. Holy this is... Okay, so this one... I had the all-metal wagon. I don't know about y'all, but I didn't have that plastic one. And this one right here looks like it belonged to fucking George Washington. Matter of fact, I think he pulled a couple pieces to make his fucking teeth from that one. And that steering wheel doesn't even move, bro. You pretty much just gotta go in a fucking straight line and pray that there's not a fucking turn. But I had the all-metal wagon. It was like bright red and shiny.
Ew, what's with all that safer features and smoother design to make it more comfortable? Pfft, who remembers this cookbook? Not me. Haha,
I
I'm
don't.
still a child, technically, once again. I can just feel my body hair shriveling back in.
I do not remember that at all. For this, I feel like you'd have to be in your 40s, at the very least 50s, because none of us were fucking cooking back then, bro. We were eating Spam, Vienna sausages, and fucking Lunchables. So yeah, I don't remember this at all.
Con Air.
I'm pretty sure your mom or your dad remembers this, at least if you're my age. But me, yeah, I don't remember that shit.
Hair crimper, early 90s.
Nobody crimps my style like a fashion plate.
No, I don't remember this. When I went to school, all the girls were wearing their hair straight. The girls that I went to school with still wore bell bottoms, which was odd because bell bottoms came from the fucking 70s, and the fact that they still existed in the 90s was kind of baffling to me. But no, I don't remember this hairstyle much. It was usually all either straight hair or curly hair for the most part.
Or waves it, or straightens it. My style like a fashion plate. Or waves it, or straightens it.
This is probably early 80s, Katai. I was born tail end of the 80s, 89. So that's probably why I missed this wave.
As a 90s person, I can guarantee either no one knew what they were doing or they didn't care. What are these secondary knobs? What does the bottom knob do? Oh, you want to know about the bottom?
I'm not this old. I'm not this old at all. What does that bottom knob do? Is that the clarity? I'm assuming top knob is the channel, but the very bottom knob is on or off, or that could be volume. And then I think this knob right here, that's got to be picture quality, right? Or maybe frequency or some shit. I'm not this old. I'm just guessing here. But there's vinyl records right next to this TV. So this has to be the house that belongs to someone that's at the very least in their 60s.
Bottom knob, do you? It orders pizza at the cost of someone in the family. Any kids around? Can't get my Windows 11 to work on my computer. Have you tried to...
Holy sweet fucking Jesus. That's what we used in school. Remember those typing classes I was telling you about? That's the computers we were using. I don't really remember that joystick, but this is where the floppy disk went. And then, yeah. Holy.
Turning it off then on again and suddenly getting sucked into an alternate reality similar to Tron. I know I'm not the only one who grew up eating sandwiches like
Let's
this.
see.
No one tell him.
My man. When I was a kid, I thought this was the only way to eat sandwiches. I thought this was the only approved method. But hey.
No one make him feel like anyone relates to them.
I wonder what the part of my brain that you...
Yeah. I had one of these, well, I didn't have it, my mom did, and it wasn't this simple. It looked like kind of like a Victorian era rotary phone. It looked like something that belonged like to Queen Elizabeth or some shit. Or like in fucking old times, like when the phones were first invented damn near. And it belonged to like some fucking rich lady in like Castlevania or some shit. That's the kind of rotary phone that we had. And I was always so infatuated with these things because once I actually learned how to dial, I spent all day just fucking with this thing. So.
used to store people's phone numbers is doing now. They've been transferred to the department that reminds you what you did 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I thought these guys were awesome as a kid. I still do to this day. You might be old, but are you?
What is that? I don't remember this at all. This looks like a mixture of like dried up raisins and a ball sack is what it looks like.
Are you this old? Ah, it's my favorite collection of grandfatherly testicles. My birthday party at Discovery Zone. I'm definitely old.
Discovery
If that
Zone.
ain't an example that you...
Discovery Zone. I'm not that old either. At all. I grew up with Chuck E. Cheese, and I don't know if this was everywhere, but Hollywood Connections. And yeah.
Don't need to
I
go
don't even know
fully
about
out
this
to make your
place.
kid have an amazing party. Seriously, tables, chairs, a basic space for cake, and running around. I used to work at a family resort where I used to think that the aesthetics were just so cheap and there's no way a kid would enjoy their party in this sort of space, but oh man, I am always wrong. Back when Cartoon Network was at its peak. 7 p.m. 7
What is this? Is that Ren and Stimpy? Dexter's Laboratory? Well, I didn't watch this one. Mike, Lou, and OG? I don't know what the fuck that was. Johnny Bravo was my shit.
30, 8, 8:30, 9, 9:30, 10.
What do we got here? Ed, Ed, and Eddie, Powerpuff Girls. I never watched I Am Weasel, and I don't know what the fuck this is. I watched a lot of Cat Dog, too.
10:30. I'm honestly surprised that of all the shows here that should be put on late, Cow and Chicken is the one that's the earliest. Hell, Johnny Bravo may
Oh,
have
Cow and Chicken. Why the fuck did I say Ren and Stimpy? I think this is Courage the Cowardly Dog. And bro, I could only watch a couple of these because when I was a kid, my bedtime was 9.
been Andrew Tate, but at least he respected the women when they rejected him. Hasbro's Perfection board game. Back when there was no TikTok to make you feel insecure about
I played this. This game pissed me the fuck off. Ugh.
how well you fit in. Ace Ventura Pet Detective was released 29
Oh
years
my
ago.
God.
Haha, I can say I was
29 years ago. That's insane to think about. This was like one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. I pretty much loved everything Jim Carrey when I was a child. My favorite Ace Ventura movie being When Nature Calls. Pet Detective was good, but When Nature Calls was fantastic. It was so good. Like, psst, your balls are showing. It was so good, man.
too young to remember this. I was literally born a year later, but I can still say it! Pink Floyd updated their profile picture to celebrate the 50th anniversary of The Dark Side of the Moon, and the replies are something. In case you somehow don't get this reference, their album literally has a rainbow on it. What's up with the rainbow?
I lose the rainbow. You're making yourself look stupid.
Oh, the irony.
What is that, Pink Floyd? What a disgrace!
From this moment, I don't listen to this band.
Are you going
Jesus.
woke with rainbows? Is there a straight flag? I want equal representation. Don't get me wrong, we should all be true to who we are. Peace!
The 6-year-old flatly refused to believe that we used to navigate using maps made out of paper.
Fucking facts. And who remembers being on a road trip with your parents with either your mom or your dad was driving, and whoever was driving had the big ass map that was like 5 feet long, sprawled across the steering wheel, and they're driving, they're fucking with the radio, maybe listening to a baseball game or a football game, and they're looking at the map and they're looking at the road and looking in the rearview mirror. Hey, you motherfuckers, I'm gonna beat your ass. Shut the fuck up. God damn it, I think I missed my exit. What the fuck? Okay, let me see. What is, yeah, that was good times, man.
You mean like pirates?
Yes, son, I am a pirate. A limey one. That's a LimeWire reference. Did anyone else have this picture as well? Although physicists can't explain it, this exact picture was somehow simultaneously in 86% of American homes in 1986. Okay, see, the
I wasn't even born yet. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
thing is, you could put any random picture there of any sort of picture and I would believe you. I can't verify it. 1988. The Pizzasaurus collection. Oh, I remember these. My sister and
I don't remember this at all.
these. I remember her saying she'd shotgunned the one on the far left, which, in hindsight, is very terrible foreshadowing. I'm sure I've already brought this up at some point in the video, but hey, if you'd like to ruin your day, Google Ducky voice actor. If you remember this, you deserve a veteran's discount. Hey, you. This feels like
Yeah, I remember that.
a punch in the gut. 2016 is just as far away as 2030. Does anyone else remember this cereal? Wait, they're not around?
Apple Cinnamon Cheerios. Ooh, those look like shit. Made with real apples, huh? Yeah, I think this may have gotten replaced by Apple Jacks. To be honest, I don't remember this, but sweetened whole grain oatmeal? Man, it looks like rabbit shit with chunks of corn in it. Is what it looks like from where I'm sitting. I don't know. They were good? I never had these. I don't remember these.
Around anymore? Damn, I I haven't had cereal in wow, I haven't had cereal in decades.
Bullshit, bro. What are you doing? You're living life all wrong. I had fucking Raisin Bran last week.
Philips Under Dash record player, circa 1960.
What a great gizmo to invest in.
Jesus Christ. I mean, we did have a Vine. What the fuck? That's wild right there. Yeah, I'm too old for that. Or I'm too young for that.
I don't think anything could replace this.
Who remembers government cheese? Yo, what? I can see why this isn't a thing anymore. Too many people would be accusing the government of trying to poison them because they don't know how to cook things properly. Reminder that the GameCube is officially retro now.
Gen Z likes to call.
To be fair, the GameCube looked retro when it was relevant. That compared to everything else and all of the other competitors. Yeah, that's exactly what the GameCube looked like. The GameCube looked like it should have came out. The GameCube looked like it should have came out 10 to 15 years before it actually came out. And yeah.
Call the GameCube retro.
Yeah, because the GameCube debuted 22 years ago, you dingus. And at the timeline of video game console development, the GameCube is closer to the Sega Master System than it is to the PS5.
Yeah, that is very true.
My first console was a Mattel Intellivision, and you officially have my permission to call Turn of the Millennium game consoles retro. I know there's a reason for this. As we get older, we perform more mundane, repetitive activities, so our brain doesn't really record as much. It doesn't need to. So while time is passing by as normal, we think something like the GameCube isn't that far away from us when really it is. Return of the Jedi, released in 1983, turns
Holy.
40 this year. What? That came out in what?
That's crazy. I mean, I did see this movie, but I watched it like many years after it came out, obviously. I wasn't born until 1989, so that's yeah, holy. I feel old as shit, man. As I sit here with my knees hurting.
What? Dude, I thought that was like 1998.
1998 is like, I don't know, fucking Independence Day. And hell, I think Jurassic Park came out like 1995, right? The first one? Maybe? I can't remember specifically.
My childhood's a lie. Groovy new revamp of a classic show. Really uncomfortable with how.
Yeah, I couldn't get into this, bro. I tried because that 70s show is quite possibly one of my all-time favorite shows. Red Foreman is like the best. Red Foreman is probably, aside from probably Kelso and Fez was funny as fuck too, but Red Foreman, best character in the fucking show. Hands down. And I tried to watch this, I tried to get into it and I just, fell kind of flat for me.
How much Photoshop they've done to the parents' faces.
We've all done this, right?
More importantly, do we still do it?
That's a eraser, and you're stabbing it with a pencil. Yeah, I did that.
I hope this tradition hasn't died yet. The hidden meaning behind the save icon. In Australia, one man explains that the logo for the Save Pick app is actually an illustration of a floppy disk, which was a device in the 80s and 90s for saving data. What is your target audience of people looking at this article? Those born after 2005? Back in the good old days where a 1 gigabyte USB stick would cost $40. Christine, 1983, featured a red 25-year-old Plymouth. If they were to
It's a Plymouth, but all right. Doesn't matter. Okay.
remake it in 2023, how scary would it be? Yeah, not exactly as intimidating as the original. Besides, if you
That looks like the kind of car you use to rob a bank. Truly. Very indistinguishable, very bland, very normal. No one's gonna bat an eye at this shit.
want a scary car, just get a BMW. They have microtransactions. What I think 30-year-old sci-fi is. Whatever this is, what is
Star
that?
Trek.
What 30-year-old sci-fi actually is.
Oh, hell yeah, I love Serenity.
The rear
Hey.
projection television that households had in the 90s and 2000s. Sometimes we called them big screen TVs. Oh, yo!
Yeah, I'm this old. We had a TV like this Matter of fact, everyone I knew pretty much had a TV like this, except ours kind of sat closer to the ground, but it still had that big fucking back to it, to where you couldn't really put it against the wall. You pretty much had to make like a judgment call on where this was gonna go inside of your home.
Oh, I remember these.
Yeah.
What an absolute eyesore they.
And my mom wouldn't let me connect any of my gaming consoles to it because she claimed that it would ruin the picture quality of the TV. And I was like, I think you're lying. I think you're full of shit, but you know what? Whatever. You said no, so I guess it's no.
They are now. My goodness. How I feel when I have to scroll down to the year I was born.
You see?
Tick, 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 tick.
See?
Sis and I were reminiscing about a fast food joint we worked at back in the day. It brought back memories of the cigarette vending machine that was in the lobby. Haven't seen one of these in ages. God, I'm old. Welcome to the 80s. We haven't.
Yeah, this was back in the day where they still did cigarette commercials. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it's illegal to do cigarette commercials, at least like mainstream on TV. You can't advertise this shit no more. And yeah, I don't think these may exist some places, but where I grew up, this wasn't a thing.
Fully acknowledged that cigarettes are bad yet.
However, I am old, and I don't even know if this is a thing, but I'm old enough to remember there being condom vending machines inside of bathrooms at gas stations. I don't know if that's still a thing. I don't know if that still happens, but I am that old. I remember walking into gas stations and seeing like a machine on a wall that you could, like, I don't know, I think it was like $1.50 or some shit. You put in some change, put in some quarters, and out came a condom. So yeah, that happened.
There are many things I appreciate about getting older. This is not one of them. Me, my bowels. You have 30 minutes to find a toilet. And to
Yeah.
show you we're serious, you have 5 minutes. These antique/vintage sewing machines almost everyone's grandmother owns. Not mine, Nan, though. Instead,
Oh no. No. I mean, nah, bro. I had a old school Hispanic grandmother. She pretty much just sewed everything by hand. And she did have a sewing machine, but it didn't look like this.
she has an extensive pile of containers of beads. She was ahead of her time. German woman claims she tried warning the USA about Chinese balloons 40 years ago. Well,
Oh my lord, isn't that ironic? Didn't we just have a fucking Chinese spy balloon crash somewhere in fucking one of the Carolinas?
great job. Let's just see how all the people who were in charge back then are doing. Oh, they're all dead. If you say you didn't want to be on this show, you're lying.
What is this?
Oh, they're all dead. If you say
Supermarket sweep? Yeah, I don't this looks like it probably would have came on right before The Price is Right. I never saw this. I don't recognize this. I'm not this old.
you didn't want to be on this show, you're lying. See, but you can play this game all the time at your local supermarket. You win if you can race past the checkout without paying.
Yeah.
Getting old is weird because you're still that same enthusiastic kid trapped in a Schmidt show of a body. It's like playing
That's-
a fun D&D session with your friends and you've been afflicted with poison.
That's so facts, man. It is.
All of you have, and there's no cure. You just have that forever now. It's slowly eating away your energy and your ability to move. It's so much fun. I am
Fuck Father Time, bro.
almost 30. Why am I already doing that noise when I sit down? Whenever someone mentions The Sims, this is what I imagine. Oh man, I remember the first Roller Coaster Tycoon, similar like at
I didn't play this, but I remember the first Sim City. And I was a fucking terrorist in that game. I built the city up. I had low tax rates. My Sims were happy. I had good infrastructure. I had nice roads. I had bridges. I had really nice buildings. I had some good businesses. Built this city up only to activate every natural disaster in the game at the exact same time and kill everyone. At least I imagined that they were dying, because who's gonna survive an earthquake, a fucking hurricane, a tornado, aliens invading all at the same time? Nobody, right? So, yeah.
aesthetic to this. Every time I tried to play that game, I got sick. I swear the color palette and the pixels it screwed my brain so much my body would kill itself. Kids getting thrown off right and left. Total carnage. Wails of anguish. Not one
I know
adult
what
gave a
this is.
single schmidt about it. Yeah,
I
when
know
this
what
thing
this
does it,
is.
it's
This
fun
was-
nostalgia. But when I do it, it's, oh, you're under arrest, and oh, stop throwing around my kid. Honestly, the double standards men face. Abandoned malls should be made into Gen X retirement communities. Needs to be 3 stories tall, food court, movie theater, arcade, Orange Julius, hot dog on a stick,
What the fuck is Orange Julius? I don't know what that is.
skateboard ramp. This needs to happen. Yes, I'd be very much entertained to see some old people using a skateboard ramp.
2050 is closer than 1990. Skeletor will return next week with more disturbing facts.
Who remembers the Snorks? I don't. Who
I don't either.
remembers the Solid Gold Dancers? I don't. January
I don't either.
20th, 1987. Unsolved Mysteries debuted on Nibika. Amazing. The very first crime podcast, but
I don't remember that either.
with visuals. Ringo Starr is 82 and somehow doesn't look a day over 45. Hey, Ringo, is that a piece?
Ringo Starr. What makes him... And he's 82? You're fucking lying. That's the best looking 82-year-old I think I've ever seen. That man definitely ate his Wheaties. Oh, the drummer for the Beatles. I don't know their names like that, man. He could have just said... I wish he would have just said the Beatles, right? Instead of Ringo Starr. I don't know their names like that. I know the Beatles. Heard their music. Fantastic group. I just don't know individuals' names like that. Like, I love the band Shinedown. I can't tell you any of their names. I love the band Three Doors Down. I can't tell you any of their names. Anyways.
Pisano, just how many people you've sacrificed to keep your youth. To like a cartoon so much, you'd willingly eat canned spinach as a kid.
Popeye. Motherfucking Popeye. I'm this old. And you know what? I like spinach. I liked spinach before Popeye. And then Popeye just made it cool. Really. He made it okay to eat it in front of your friends. Right? Because Popeye was just one of those things. It was like fucking peas and carrots. Like, fuck peas and carrots, bro. I don't give a fuck, right? So, yeah, but I've always liked spinach, so that's just me.
Allen's Popeye cut leaf spinach, misdirecting children's understanding of protein since whenever it was made. The Seventh Guest, 1993. PC CD-ROM classic. 2 discs of puzzle to solve, full motion video, and spooky atmosphere. Could you imagine this released
No. I don't think I did this either.
in 2023? Considering we freak out when someone calls us rather than texts us, I imagine the spiritual remake would be called The One Guest. That's just your Uber Eats delivery. But he's trying to strike up conversation. Today I took the last piece of wire from this ancient spool. It really hurts my heart that I was going to make a joke about
Don't know what that is or what it's used for. Maybe y'all can tell me. What was this used for? This seems like, oddly enough, something that you could probably get at Radio Shack back in the day.
how, oh look, you can be a returning customer after 20 years. That's 87. It's 23.
Jesus, yeah. No, I have no clue.
Want to feel old? That's not Woody Allen. It's Bruce Springsteen. Can't tell the difference? It's easy. If you look closely, you can see that Bruce doesn't have a creepy relationship with his adopted daughter. My age no longer allows me to suffer for love. So if you see me sad, it is because of lack of money. Okay, Mr. Krabs. When I was a kid, there were 2 ways to die. Natural causes and talking back to your parents.
That's the way I grew up. That's the way I grew up. Either talking back to your parents, rolling your eyes, smacking your gums like, man, right? Or interrupting them while they're talking. Interrupting them while they're talking to their friend or the neighbor or the mailman or anybody. Bro, you get a smooth ass whipping for that shit.
That's not a good thing. Why are you implying that's nostalgia? That's trauma, man. Saw this at Target.
I guess I have trauma.
Jurassic Park 30th anniversary.
Yeah,
How
that's-
dare you add an extra digit to that 3? The Hobbits then and now. Wow, look, they're all still short. Who remembers these? I don't. Nowadays,
Wait, what was that? I think I saw Betty Boop in there.
Wow, look, they're all still short. Who remembers these? I don't.
No, never mind. I mean, I remember the concept. I remember putting stickers on my binder for school, and matter of fact, that's exactly what that is.
Nowadays, when kids get bored, they have their iPhones, iPads, and internet.
When we got up, yep.
I had this. I do welcome Gen Z to, please tell us what you think this is implying it is.
Yeah, Gen Z, tell me what you think that is. Does Gen Z, tell me what you think this is. And no, it's not a fucking Q-tip. Okay? It's not a Q-tip, and it's not a next-gen dildo either. Put it in the comment section. What do you think this is? I played with this shit as a kid. Not really as a kid, more so like a toddler. I was infatuated with this thing with fucking doing, 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 doing. Yeah.
I do welcome Gen Z to, please tell us what you think this is implying it is. When I was young, I thought this was the epitome of wealth and sophistication.
Oh my god, yes, wow.
What is that? I don't know what the... What is that, a fucking brisket? Viennetta. I don't know.
And I
Wait,
could buy
this
that.
is what? Breyer's ice cream? I'm not that old. I don't know. Nah. The ice cream that I used to have when I was a kid had a big fucking cow on it.
Right now. Oh my god. I can live my Richie Rich dreams.
Oh my god, Richie Rich. Jesus Christ. That right there in itself, what he just said, Richie Rich. I loved that movie as a kid.
Did literally just leave to go buy one. I've just had a slice and I'll tell you what, it is honestly pretty mid. It's no Messina, I'll tell you that. My first thought when people mention TikTok, let me guess, it's Keisha. Oh no, this person's older than me.
That's the fucking Monopoly guy.
When people mention TikTok, let me guess.
Yeah. It looks like something Loveless would have built to try to kill people in the movie Wild Wild West. Y'all remember Wild Wild West? Right? Back when everyone still wanted to be Will Smith.
It's Keisha. Oh no, this person's older than me. Remember the feeling of walking into class and seeing one of these set up? You
Is it a projector? I think it's a projector. Yeah.
knew it
big
was
as
going to be
fuck.
an easy hour. Maybe even some nap time. Damn, dude, how old are the people on this subreddit? I was expecting a TV set.
We had a projector, but it wasn't like this. It was like, it actually had like glass. It's hard to describe actually, but y'all may know what I'm talking about. It had like glass and like kind of the same concept, but yeah. You saw this in class, you knew it was about to be fucking night time.
Set up on some wheels. Annie and Molly then. Now they're adults. Wow, who could have seen that coming?
What is this?
Expecting a TV set up on some wheels. Annie and
Is this Wizard of Oz? Yeah, so fun fact about me, guys, I've never seen Wizard of Oz. I just it never struck me as something that I wanted to watch, bro. I was too busy with Transformers and Ninja Turtles and He-Man and G.I. Joes and stuff like that, so
and Molly then. Now they're adults.
And they aged well.
Wow, who could have seen that coming? Which tower did you have in the 90s? I personally had the one.
Fuck, dude, this one on the right is crazy. I think the one in the middle is, I mean, it didn't look exactly like this, but yeah, yeah.
Right one. It's 1999. Spotify and iTunes don't exist yet. You've just spent $10 on an album, which back then is probably like $20 or $25. 3 tracks in and you realize it freaking sucks.
Oh man.
I hurt my tricep, then hurt my back trying to stretch my tricep. Wallace and Gromit. The Wrong Trousers is turning 30 years
Wallace
old
and
this year.
Gromit?
I never understood how I actually found.
Well, I do remember this. I just never watched it. A couple of times, if that. It wasn't a regular thing for me.
that facial structure to be friendly. Seriously, there's like 4 teeth at the top and then just an entire row at the bottom like that. What the hell?
This art style reminds me of that one movie. What was that one movie with the chickens? The chickens trying to escape the coop. That was a fantastic movie. I love that movie. What was it called? Chicken Run, I think. And it had this same kind of art style. Chicken Run. Man, fucking loved that movie when I was a kid, dude.
Hell,
Why don't I find it scary?
my printer turns 18 today. It could vote. That's the one burden of living in modern
Holy
technological age.
Jesus.
Sure, my printer has a touch screen, but back then they were actually designed to last forever. Anthony Kiedis and Madonna at the 12th annual Mativavimas, 1995. Hey Madonna, can I have your jawline please? Cheers, thank you. What cables are these? If it helps, I live in the UK. Plus, there are 2 of these cables joined together in each bedroom of my house. My friend, let me introduce you.
That's for your cable. Literally, it's in the word. That's yeah. Clay animation. Yeah. I like that art style. It's the cable, bro. Like that's what it is. Cable.
To the world of analog. And no, it's got nothing to do with your butt. I want my 90 minutes back from 1986. Oh wow, okay, this is a story that deserves to be shared.
What
yes,
is
I
that?
did Google it. You're welcome, by the way. In 1986, they found Al Capone's vault underneath a hotel. Tens of millions of people turned up wanting to see what was inside. It was broadcast live across America at like 10 p.m. at night. Everyone's so eager to know what was inside. Drugs? Money? Robin's cancelled OnlyFans. After almost 2 grueling hours of digging and dynamiting, they reach it, they crack it open, and inside is an old sign and some Prohibition-era hooch. That was it. It has gone down in American history as the largest scaled experience of blue balls. If you grew up watching this, yes, you are there. Hey!
No, I did not grow up watching this. What was this, like, I don't know, the original Brady Bunch or some shit? I didn't even watch Brady Bunch, even though I wasn't alive for the running of it, but it still came on TV from time to time when I was growing up. I never got into it. Fuck the Brady Bunch, bro. I would have rather watch like the Jetsons or the Flintstones.
These are your and mine.
A crime! If we're gonna make our new jobs work, we need to establish some boundaries.
Okay. Man. Good lord. What a fantastic trip down memory lane. That's some nostalgia for you, man. That's some nostalgia, and that's yeah, that'll make you feel fucking old, man. That'll make you feel old. There was quite a few things in there that I had never seen or watched or knew of or interacted with. But there was a lot of stuff in this video that just made me feel like an old ass fuck. And I'm only 34. Like, how is it that I feel like I'm fucking 60, but I'm not? And I can't imagine for those of you that are 60, y'all probably feel like fucking relics. Y'all probably feel like relics. Like dinosaurs. Like, that iPod in the Smithsonian, that shit got me. That shit got me. That didn't make me feel very good. At all. I didn't like that one. That one did make me feel a certain kind of way.